Little shellac. Drop of oil. A wee dog. 1951 Triple 018. Colder wall on the radio. Do a little French polishing.
I just thought I'd mention that my grandma's old age pension is the reason why I'm standing here today. I got all my country love.
Various ways to apply it. Some swear by figure eights, some go in circles, some go back and forth. I use all the above. And I'm rather aggressive with the shellac and alcohol. I go right on the pad, not behind it. Doesn't make any sense to me to go behind it and squeeze it out anyway. But so far I've used circles, figure eights, and going straight back and forth. I like to work half a panel at a time. My nighttime companion here just likes to keep me company. Go up and mess with my lighting. I had a straight line here that was looking. You're casting a shadow, bub. It was. Had a straight line that was. Yes, I know. The shellac smells good. Yum. Can't drink it. Had a straight line there I didn't like. Probably squeezed out a little too much extra shellac, which is the danger in getting aggressive with it. So that's why instantly, without even realizing that I had done it, I had switched to circular motions. I've been doing this since 1993 is when I learned the French polish. So at this point, it just happens. It's organic. Oh. Who's them people? Who's that? I gotta catch it. And I just stopped to talk to the little bub here and never ever stop my French polishing. And if you do, you just deposited a little extra. No, get your nose out of there. You know better than that. You've been doing this with me for 5 years. You should know better by now. So now I won't use any shellac, but just quick squirt of alcohol and oil. And I'll go back to this area here. I touched it up with 1000 grit, where I had absentmindedly stopped to talk to her. French polishing is extremely forgiving. You can always go back and fix it in real time. You don't have to wait till the next day for it to dry. I have a white speck right there. Perfect example. 1000 grit. A little dab of spit. If you're gonna go, ew, he spit on his guitar, turn to another channel. That's all I got to say.
Nancy and I are going to sing The Speed of the Sand alone.
Oh. I have a playlist going on, so I don't know who's coming up next. This will be John Cryan, obviously. One of the greats. And when you keep going this way here, somehow, these are squeezing, you end up with a little more shellac on the outside, so you have to change direction, come back and pick it up. In this game here, we're not putting down anything. It's actually measurable. But you have to imagine that it's there, because if you just do it, you end up with these waves in it. You know, how'd that happen? It happened because it's immeasurable, but you did it. So you have to come back and. Now I'm doing long figure eights. Short figure eights are really cool. Been doing this for a while tonight, so I'm actually starting to wear down. It is precisely midnight. I have a spot here that's got a squiggle in it.
I got a worried and a jealous man.
I'm trying to decide what to add to it. When I do alcohol, I'll wait a few seconds, nudge the wee dog, and I'll attack it. Not sure if this will show on camera. I've got like a little Nike's smoosh here. This is my own guitar, so if anybody's out there going, my God, he's doing a French polish finish to a triple O. I took this guitar in trade for a mandolin. Yeah, it's gotta be 15 years ago maybe. And it had been painted black at one point in its life. Previous owner, to me, did a great job of removing the black paint, but the guitar was always left blotchy finish, with a blotchy looking finish. And at one point the bridge snapped on me. It broke right in front of the saddle, so the bridge needed a replacement. Pickguard was non-original, finish was all blotchy, so I consulted some vintage guitar dealers to see what they thought of what I'd do to the value if I simply refinished it all. And they were all in agreement, and none knew that I was talking to the other. And they all agreed with me that refinishing it would not hurt the value, actually add to the value, because it's an excellent guitar, never been cracked, never been broken. It has a mystery top. And but it has no collector value because it's still black on the inside. Whoever painted it black actually reached in here and shot black. I mean, it's black everywhere. And I tried hitting it with some modern paint remover, nothing touched it. So short of dismantling the guitar, scraping all the woods back, putting them back together, at which point I have a $3,500 to $4,500 guitar with $10,000 worth of work in it, if I counted my time. But I like the little guitar. It's not the loudest thing. I'll never take it to a jam. But as the great John B said, it's the perfect first coffee in the morning guitar. It's nice and quiet. It's not overwhelming. Has a sweet tone, and hey, it doesn't owe me anything. So I'm gonna stop for tonight. I'm gonna leave everything on here. Shellac has this weird ability of building. I'm gonna work this area just a hair more. Of building with oil, which is a great secret in French polishing, is to realize that oil is not your enemy, but actually, well, I got way too much on that. So now what I'm going to do, you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm actually going to reach under the bench and just tap some of this away. Archaeologists dig up this place long after I'm gone, and they're going to wonder, why is this area so smooth and well finished? Sorry, I had to go check who was playing now. Norman Blake. That's who I thought it was. And the Rising Fawn String Ensemble. I hope this video doesn't get taken down because of who's playing. Let's face it, folks. This channel is not monetized. I'm not taking money away from them, and I may just accidentally, hopefully, introduce somebody to some of this music. But as the world works today, common sense doesn't seem to prevail, so if I do post this video, I might want to save it because it might get taken down because somebody, probably not normal, right? I don't know who owns the rights to the other music. On my other channel, I've had really good videos taken down or blocked in most countries because of the music I had playing in the background. I'm not doing this music, I'm not playing the music on purpose. I work to music. So I would put a lot more videos up if it wasn't for the fact that if I'm serious about the video of what I'm trying to teach, and I really, really, really wanted to stay up, I have to turn off all music, at which point I lose all incentive to work, and as such, I don't do a whole lot of videos. But this isn't one I can repeat twice. It's kind of a one and done deal. And besides, how often do I have the wee dog on the table saw here with me while French polishing a 70-year-old guitar? Yes, I build guitars. Yes, I'm rather fond of owning a vintage Martin. Everybody should own. And there's a great lesson for everybody. I applied alcohol. I immediately went back and I put a hole in it. But here's the other part of the lesson. Work it. So now what I'm doing is I'm going around, I'm picking up shellac from all around the top and I'm moving it back. Each pass, I'm going around random, but each pass I make sure to cross over that spot that I stripped out. So I'm picking up a bit of shellac everywhere. I'm going there. Do not think, okay, I'll put more shellac on and go back to that one spot. Now you're really screwed up. It took everything I had there to keep the language G-rated. Been there, done that, don't do it. Go around and pick up the shellac that's already on the back. So if you try to apply more to one spot, you'll forever end up with a heavy build because this is so thin it's immeasurable. If you actually build in one spot, it'll always be heavy. Forget it. Strip it down, start again. So just use what's already on here. God, I didn't realize how hard it'd be to do this while talking. Been doing it 28 years, you think I thought I could do this on autopilot. I've done a few faux pas already. Stopped while playing with the wee dog. Swished there. Took that one spot down. But that's okay, we know how to fix it. The wee dog's boo-boo here didn't hurt one bit. While most, if not all, French polishing books, tutorials you'll read of, are based on the techniques that were developed long before 1500 and 2500 grit paper were invented, so they never mentioned that you can actually correct the problem with modern abrasives. But it's 2021, we can. And here she be. Also note that I applied oil and alcohol and I spoke for what, 10-20 seconds to avoid problems last times. Well under 2 million.
It's called the Southern Railroad Blues.
I'm gonna quit for tonight. Tired. It is now 10 after midnight. Built up a layer of shellac. Oh, and the other thing, you don't have to wait for shellac to dry, for French polish to dry. It's drying real time. Tomorrow I'll keep working it. And I'll be hitting that with the 1500. It's a very organic process. Coulter Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Saskatchewan's only. Saskatchewan's favorite son. Back to French Paul. It's very organic thing. You can touch it, you can feel it. You can go back and correct it as you're going. And the reason I'm doing it on this guitar specifically is it's a 1951 Martin. It would have been done in a shellac sealer with a nitrocellulose lacquer top coat polished up. When I got it, it actually had varnish on it, believe it or not. It had been brushed on. The whole thing was wavy going across. Before that, it was black. Had been painted at home by somebody. But the reason I'm using shellac and not just doing a lacquer finish is twofold. A, late 1999, I became sensitized to nitrocellulose lacquer from spraying it and hanging the curing guitars in the same environment I worked in, and overexposure made me sensitized to it, which is $10 word for saying basically I'm allergic to this stuff. My throat closes up, I go into chemically induced asthma, so I can't shoot lacquer. And if I could shoot lacquer on this here and then leveled it, buffed it out, it would look brand spanking new. It's 70 years old. It's not supposed to shine like a brand new lacquer finish. And I can control the level of gloss with shellac. Even if I take this to a lacquer-like shine gloss, it'll lose some of it pretty quickly. Within a year, it would look like maybe a 20-year-old finish. So I'm going to take it to about 80%. It'll be perfectly level. It already is. And that's an oil varnish underneath that I used as a base. It's another reason for that. And where was I? Yeah. So I'm going to take it to about 80% gloss. And by this time next year, it'll pretty much look like a 70-year-old guitar that's been really well taken care of, which is the goal. I love the look of an old guitar if it's done naturally. I'm not into full finishes. I could do a full finish. I'm not going to do a full finish. I think that's the most ridiculous thing. So I'm going to do a fragile finish that will naturally age. There, this is a paper towel, just a little bit of moisture, pulling off some of the oil. It had Windex on it from earlier, on purpose. There are various ways of pulling oil off. I'm not sure if you can see this. It'll show. The dog has spotted something. Anyways, that's it for tonight. I need to wash my hands. And we'll resume this
Shoulders.
a little bit later.
We like to thank all those who
Night,
contributed
folks.
to flood